Now, how are you feeling after that amazing performance?
Oh, thank you, Nate. It's a little overwhelming. There's a lot to take in. I feel pretty good. I was exhausted yesterday, just watching it, and getting a lot of text and a lot of messages. So it was, but today I woke up and I'm still kind of tired, but feel real good about it.
Now, you are a swimmer, correct?
Yes.
And I know how exhausting that sport is, especially when you're swimming at a high level. How does that compare, swimming and performing, especially on that type of stage?
That's a great question, and thank you for asking that, because I always like to give swimming a huge amount of credit for as I move through life. It's very similar. I remember jumping in the pool during a race or in a meet, and just having that anxiety, and then having to kind of calm yourself, and it was the same emotion. So walking out there and having to just clear my head and not worry about all the other influences was very similar to being a swimmer.
It's just you in the water, and on stage, it's just you and the microphone. I definitely feel that. Now, did you expect the judges, the country, to respond the way they did?
It was rewarding, but it was peppered with a little sadness, because I wished my wife was there. I'm not as much concerned about what the judges or people think, as I am concerned about showing my kids that life goes on. And my biggest critics are those three kids. So that's why I'm there.
You mentioned your wife. Was it hard to keep it together as you sang that song?
It was like a swim meet. I cleared my head, and the part where you start to let things in is the end. And at the end, I felt her, and I felt that emotion. Towards the end, I felt the release, and it kind of manifested itself in a couple tears.
Of course. Knowing people that have lost their significant other, their person, if you will, they've always said that they feel the presence. So one, did you feel her presence in that moment on stage? But in everyday life, do you feel her presence around you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no. Christina was the most influential person in my life. And that doesn't just stop because she's not here physically. Her voice is my conscience.
You mentioned that voice. What would her voice have said to you after you got done? What would she have said after your performance?
She would have said, "We need to get these kids home. They're tired."
Was there any significance in you choosing Phil Collins against all odds?
Yeah, there was. Yes. There's a line in there that was really relevant for me. It was, "There's so much I want to say to you. You're the only one who really knew me at all." And that's just so true. When you give your heart to somebody, and you dedicate your life to somebody, and you cut everybody off, it's like, that person becomes your sounding board. The person becomes, your other half. And when you lose that, it's just, figuring out how to heal and move on. So it's but that song just had such significance lyrically that
Yeah.
I thought it would be appropriate.
What did your children say as soon as you got off stage?
Well, they were proud, but they're very supportive, but they like normalcy.
Yeah.
They want life to be normal.
Now, you have talked about your daughter supposed to be with her that day. Does that put a different perspective on life? Being the
Yes.
situation that you're in?
I told my daughter, because she knew, and we wrote a song together called Green Bike. And she was going to perform it with me. I had a show at the Improv in Brea, which is here in Southern California. And she was feeling sick the week before. And she was supposed to be going up to play in the tournament. And I told my wife, I said, "Hey, she's got to sing tonight. She's not feeling good. Let's just keep her home." And Christina said, "Yeah, I think we should." So she was going to come home. Christina was going to do her hair, get her dressed up, and bring her to the show. And that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I just told Penny, I said, "We're not looking back." I said, You were not meant to be on that, and don't ever question. Just keep moving. And she knows that, you know, she was meant to be here.
What would you do if you won that money? What would winning AGT mean to you?
Thank you for asking. I started a foundation in my wife's honor. It's called the Christina Mauser Foundation. And we're helping high school seniors, female high school seniors who display, you know, hard work, dedication, and putting others first. We're giving them scholarships to continue inspiring other kids. And so I would dedicate 100% of the winnings to my wife's foundation. This is trying something new and taking an opportunity and making the most of it, and hope, you know, just seeing where life takes you and not being afraid to take risks. But the reality for me is being dad and taking care of my kids. And that was the same for my wife, whether she was being mom or coaching or helping me with the business. It was, you know, it was about getting the job done. And that's my priority.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.